be Devin on stage.
Pretty much. So
it wasn't the most thrilling performance of the night.
No.
Again, that was Adam's choosing, not Devin's.
Mm-hmm.
But like Adam said, it was pitchy. So I don't think Devin will make it through to next week.
Thanks.
So.
But nice try at the song, Devin.
Yeah.
Nice job, Devin Barley. Okay, so now we move on to the first team performance of the night.
Team CeeLo doing Everyday People.
Yes. Wow.
They popped out of the 60s.
Talk about Technicolor Dreamcoat, people. It was colorful and crazy.
It looked like they stepped out of, like, I don't know where to start.
It was a time machine.
It was. They took a time machine back to 1960 San Francisco, and it was like, hello. You had CeeLo wearing this big old afro wig and had on this like hippie frock and big old sunglasses.
Vicky Martinez had the fringe hanging down, playing her guitar.
And the Thompson sisters were all kind of like hippy dippy with
headbands and tie dye.
One of them was playing a tambourine.
Yes, and then we had Curtis Grimes.
Oh, Curtis.
And Nakia.
Nakia, yes.
Nakia, Curtis Grimes and Nakia, who looked the most out of place out of anybody else on the team.
Yes.
And the song started with.
It started with CeeLo.
CeeLo, and then it moved on to
Curtis.
Curtis, who Curtis does not do well with those types of songs.
Yeah, I think this is where CeeLo's choices for musical diversity came back to bite him in the butt. It was probably the worst team performance, I think.
I think so.
I still preferred Lady Marmalade to this performance by Team CeeLo.
I still prefer Team Blake.
Oh yeah.
But I just feel like that the only people who really kind of it fit and were like okay, totally like the whole package with this song was Vicky and CeeLo.
Yeah.
Everybody else just seemed really out of place and not comfortable with the song, or I don't know, nerves or whatever, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't cohesive.
No, it was not at all in the slightest. Okay, and then we move on to Nakia from Team CeeLo, who sang Sex on Fire
by Kings of
Leon. Go Nakia, man.
Yeah, I was kind of worried with that song choice when I first heard of it. I was like, oh dear Lord, it's not going to go right. CeeLo's trying to get rid of Nakia, or Nakia made a bad decision. I guess the coaches are actually picking the songs.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that the artists were choosing their own songs, but I guess not.
I think the coaches do, but if an artist feels so strong that they want to do a song, then they work it out with their coach. But for the most part, the coach chooses a song.
Yeah, so it was an interesting choice on CeeLo's part, but it actually kind of paid off.
And after Jared Blake singing You Somebody, and it to us didn't really do it any justice. We were a little worried to have another Kings of Leon song come on.
Especially since both of the songs were so huge in the past year and a half, 2 years. But Nakia did the song justice. And it was the first time Nakia actually showed restraint while singing.
That was the enjoyable part.
Kudos,
Nice
Nakia.
job, Nakia.
Yes.
Okay. So then we move on to another Team Adam performance.
You mean the first Team Adam performance?
Oh.
Because it's the group performance. Right?
No, it's Jeff Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
Our apologies for that. The Team Adam performance that came up next was Jeff Jenkins, who sang Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood, a personal favorite of mine from her.
Bad song choice.
Yeah, Jeff Jenkins.
Bad
I love you.
choice.
Jeff Jenkins, I love you. I appreciate what you do. I totally stand by you, but that was just not your song. And it was really, really sweet because it was between him and his mom. That was kind of their song.
Which is really, really sweet and well-intentioned. But it was the bad song choice. It was probably Jeff's worst performance to date.
Of the competition this
time.
Yes.
And I want to get to the ramifications of that later after we're done recapping all the performances.
Okay.
And now it's the actual Team Adam group performance,
Yes.
edited with a little help from my friends by the Beatles.
Yes.
Would you like to start? Because I know you have words.
Team Adam. My God, Team Adam. I love you guys so much. To me, I love Christina's group performance. Is really fun. You know, a lot of, girl power, stand up for yourself. Team Blake, they did a Maroon 5 song because they do have the bromance, Blake and Adam going on. And I thought that was really good. I like their setup and the performance on the stage. But Team Adam
killed it.
The Beatles, I love the Beatles.
Yeah, we're both fans of the Beatles.
We're both Beatles fans. And I felt like they did it justice. I love the whole setup they have. We were just kind of them on stage, but then they had the choir
come down the stairs.
But
the choir didn't like overpower. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. The choir did start to overpower them
towards the end of the song.
Yeah, especially like the more quiet members of the team, like Casey and Devin, sounded like they were getting drowned out by the choir.
Yeah.
So you could pick out Adam, you could pick out Javier, you could pick out Jeff every now and then when they weren't doing solos. But I think the choir did overpower Devin and Casey.
Yeah.
But hands down, the best group performance from the quarterfinals.
Yes.
So kudos to
Team Adam. Nice job, guys.
And then we have a left field performance from Curtis Grimes doing Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer. I was scared with that song selection.
Yeah, I love the song
Addicted
to Love. We both do. Robert Palmer. We're big fans of that song originally. But
I think because it's so iconic, people had a lot of
expectations.
And I think it was expected that Curtis would put a country twist on the song. But I don't think it turned out all that well.
No, it's not good. Sorry,
it seemed a little odd. I don't know. There was just something about it that didn't quite mesh together.
I think it was the song choice because it's a little more upbeat, a little more poppy than what Curtis Grimes.
But remember
that
he auditioned with Hillbilly Bone, and that sounded like a relatively fast song.
Yes, but it's Robert Palmer, and it's such, as you said, such an iconic song, and everybody pretty much knows it. And to have this good old baritone, manly voice, country boy come and sing it.
You have to remember that other people have been covering that song, like Florence and the Machine, who, if you haven't heard of them, check them out, did a cover of Addicted to Love, and they stripped it down, slowed it down, and it worked for them. So I think it just
depends on how you redo the song, and unfortunately, it did not work out well for Curtis. In our opinion.
Yeah, well, yours. I want to get to discussing the potential, our predictions for next week, because I think some things could turn out interesting.
Okay.
And then the last performance of the night, of course, going in the Remember This performance slot, was Javier Colon doing the song Angel by Sarah McLachlan, also known as the song that appears on all the ASPCA ads.
Yes.
With all the sad-looking dogs and cats. Of course, Javier was going to rock the performance. Everyone knew that. I actually thought he hit a few weird notes in the performance.
I think, because you hear the Sarah McLachlan song, and she doesn't have a high-pitched voice, so it's not like she's the one trying to hit like the diva notes or anything.
I think Sarah McLachlan's the antithesis of diva.
Yes. And Javier Colon has a really wide range he can go to, and I think he used that to his advantage to show I can go really low and I can go high too and have it not sound too weird. It was a little weird, but I mean, if they had pictures of really sad puppies and kitties behind him, it would have been an ASPCA commercial and it would have brought tears to people's eyes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he did the song justice, and the piano, him on the piano, and singing the song, I feel like it worked for him.
I didn't like it. I don't know.